Philly Sports, Love and Pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny.
Yep.
And we got a special guest with us this week, my cousin and Kenny's brother-in-law, Joe McCann. What's up, Joe?
What's up, guys? Listen.
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 You're gonna realize that
thanks.
you're gonna say this shit every time. It's
I know.
impossible not to.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I can add to the pod, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Glad I can add some knowledge. Some knowledge, not opinion, knowledge for you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
we're dropping knowledge on this fucking pod. No opinions.
All right, you and Clint Gates from Conchi, okay?
No, but I've enjoyed it. I've listened every week, guys. It's been good. I appreciate the invite, and it's been good, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen, we had a Birds game last night on a
Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
A Tuesday night in Philly, down at the Link. I had the privilege of being there on Tuesday night with my boy Aaron. Thanks, Aaron, for the tickets. That was awesome. But yo, I'll tell you what, man. I kind of thought that they come out in the first quarter and look like dog shit, and they did. They looked rusty. They looked like a team that was off for 2 weeks. Yeah, I didn't expect anything other than that.
Let me guess, you were sober for the whole game, you nerd.
I wasn't. Why I gotta be sober? I went. I think I met these guys in the parking lot. I didn't even know them. I did 4 shots of Crown, and I had 2 Jack and Cokes, and then I went in. So I don't think I was sober.
You didn't charger it?
No, I didn't charge it. No, I remember the game, but I did. I will not lie. I did come home and this today, and I watched the. Like the recap, like the quick recap, like the 45-minute John. So I seen everything again. I saw all the penalties. I saw all the turnovers. I saw all that shit up close. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to talking about it. But damn, man, that was a fucking great win.
It was a big win. I think you're right though. I figured the first quarter would kind of look like that just because it's 2 weeks. It's kind of hard to get back in, and then they postpone the game. But yeah, shit, man. I actually don't have many complaints this week, and that's a first for me. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're playing a decimated Redskins team, right? So
doesn't matter.
I don't know. It's tough to win is a win. It's tough to really gauge on what to expect when you're going against a guy who's made his second career start. But
he didn't look bad though.
He didn't. He played. Yeah, he played okay. He played well. The fact that he knew a lot of the plays, he did. So I mean, we were down 10-0 early. They were rusty. I agree with all that, and they came back. And they played. Nick had some good offensive plays. Jalen came back a little bit. They all kind of came back. They found themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that the play calling was, not even bad off the bat. Like the first thing that happened was that really weird interception bullshit turnover with Dallas Goedert hit him right in the hands. He's usually solid. He doesn't usually drop it. He actually dropped another one later in the game.
Dude, there was people that were like, Goddard's fucking trash. Cut him with the bomb.
Yeah, there were also people like Ink Stained Wretch. I won't even use his real name. Ink Stained Wretch live tweeting saying, y'all have seen enough of Hurts yet? Like after the first interception, I'm like, yo.
I can't stand that.
You need to shut the fuck up. You are one of the people that leads the charge in Philly of this mantra. And I said this last week or 2 weeks ago. If you're not from Philly and you like turn on Philly sports radio for like 30 minutes, you are going to get dumber when you leave. Like it's unfucking believable. It's ridiculous. But anyway, they came out. They looked okay. The interception was fucking weird.
Yeah.
The defense looked okay. They were fine. They got the punt. But like this first of all, the stadium was empty in the beginning. Like people were late as fuck getting in, man.
Well,
it was
you sat in 76. Yeah. You know what it's like to get the fuck down there. Terrible.
So, when everybody makes fun of the Dodgers for not having anybody in the stadium when the game starts, I totally get it now. I do. I really do. Because, I mean, I got down there early as shit, so it wasn't me. But the stadium was empty. I looked around. I was like, holy shit, this is the crowd? Like, this is weak as shit. It filled in. So that was
7
good.
o'clock game.
Yeah, 7 o'clock game. Like it definitely filled in, and the vibe of the stadium was, like everybody in the first quarter was just like, what the fuck, what the hell's going on? What the fuck is this? But nobody was nervous. Were you guys nervous in the first quarter?
A little bit.
Really?
I mean, Joe and I watched together.
Yeah, we were together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say nervous
watching that.
I wouldn't say nervous, but it was like, here we go. What are we going to see tonight? It's like I didn't want to see the same. I didn't want to see garbage. I didn't want to see that Giants game again.
Okay, I see that. I get that. But like, I don't know. The vibe in the stadium was just like, come on, dude, what the fuck? Like, I know you guys have been off for 2 weeks, but nobody was like. I mean, I did hear some people behind me doing the old fucking Minshew chant, like after the interception, and I'm like, they're just being dicks.
Yeah.
I could tell they weren't being serious, But I don't know. Sirianni, man. What is it, Kenny? You had this stat I think before. Was this the 7th game in a row over 150 yards or 175 yards?
Yeah, I think it actually tied the Bears this time, the 85 Bears.
Yeah,
you're talking about legendary status running game. I mean, I'm not even using that term wrong because there's no other team that does this like as dominant as they are. It's unbelievable how dominant they've been in the run game. And Sirianni needs to be given credit because not much else has changed about this team since last year.
Jordan Howard.
Okay, Jordan Howard. Bring in that Pro Bowl running back from the practice squad.
You dog Jordan Howard, and I don't understand.
No, I'm not dogging him. You're just giving him way too much credit. Jordan Howard is a placeholder. Jordan Howard is a fucking guy who comes in, runs as hard as he can, which is fine. Okay, he's a good fucking work, whatever. The bottom line is that the blocking schemes that Sirianni has developed are fucking legit. And people in the NFL haven't figured them out yet. And no one's really talking about it other than fucking Dan Orlovsky. They're fucking good. They're like, Sirianni is doing some shit right now. Anybody could run that ball.
Real quick. Miles Sanders, 18 attempts, 131 yards, 7.3 on the average.
My
Still
God.
no touchdown.
So, what happened to him in the fourth quarter and middle of the third? He didn't touch the ball. I still have not seen anything on that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys because I was there, so I have no idea.
I haven't seen anything, man. I've been looking because he is on my fantasy squad, but
I wonder if it was arrested.
I'm curious
because he had how many?
It is. I think it was. I think it was
Kenny,
arresting.
Did you just say he had 18 carries?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might just been like workload.
But to not even see the field for like a quarter and a half, and it's just weird, isn't it?
Quad injury.
It's weird. Yeah, it's got to be something. He's always hurt.
Injury.
Miles is always hurt.
All right, so he's listed as he's got a quad. Okay, so
same shit. He's Miles Sanders hurt. Same shit.
Every game.
He is. Every game he's hurt.
It's so frustrating.
You can't dog it though. I mean, he had 131 yards. I'm not mad at him.
I'm not dogging him. There's a lot of running backs this year. I said this that are hurt. A lot of running backs are hurt. But he's been hurt at like the last 3 years we've had. He's always hurt.
But you have, if you think about it honestly, you have a lot of vultures on this team. You have Boston Scott with 3 or 4 touchdowns. You have Gainwell with 4. You have Hurts, who has an NFL or an Eagles record 10.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too. I mean, there's too many things that is going on for him. Like, it's okay that he's not getting touchdowns. I understand the urgency and why you're upset, Joe, because he's on your fantasy team. But
no, that doesn't bother me. I was just saying that because I was monitoring the fourth quarter, but it was strange.
But so he's listed with a quad injury. I don't think it's that severe.
Well,
it must not be because they didn't say anything.
Yeah, I was watching I didn't see him go into the tent at all on the sideline, and he was chilling on the sideline. He did have like the coat on or whatever, but listen, Sirianni needs to start getting some credit nationally. I mean, I don't know. I know that the Eagles are only a 500 team, and so there's not really much to talk about nationally when it comes to the Eagles.
If they ran the ball. Even if they considered running the ball for the first 5 games, half of the amount that they have run it recently, they win 2 or 3 extra games. Seriously.
Yeah.
So, and I came on here, for a couple weeks there in that stretch of darkness, and I was like, if you have a coach, you can just whoever the other coach is, you check that coach because it's an automatic. You know what I mean? He's gonna get out coached, and I'm totally wrong.
You did say
coaching, that. He's fucking coaching legit.
He is,
really
and I really hope that people are starting to see that. I really think that people in Philly are starting to see that. He's a fucking total goober nerd. You know, like he gets really like nerdy about football, and some people like to make fun of him for it. It's whatever. I don't really care. It's like Kenny, you said this a couple weeks ago. He has something with that locker room. Like he has something going with that whole thing, and you know, like it's huge. It's huge. Like, there's nothing it has to be said.
I mean, you listen. He's not perfect, so like we still got to knock him on some of these penalties because it's just stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's definitely not perfect. That's for sure.
No, 100%. But I'm saying like they got to clean up the penalties, man, because it's still gonna, you know, in the playoffs it's gonna fucking kill them. You can get away with it against the Redskins.
Well, penalties and turnovers. Like, listen, the interception was what it was. Fine, but
I really don't even count that. Right? That's like.
Yeah.
That's a freak fucking thing. It's never going to happen again. It's never going to hit his heel, bounce up into Collins' hand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's never going to happen. But that fumble.
Fumble was bad, and Sirianni gave it to him. You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
Sirianni gave it to him.
Probably spit COVID right in his mouth.
He did. He spit it all up in his mouth.
He did. But listen, so I heard something.
Like a porno.
Because Jesus Christ. Because it was so late, me driving home, I heard.
Dave. Did you or did you not do the fat kid move and stop for a cheesesteak / McDonald's on the way home?
I went to Wawa.
I do it every time. David's classic. That's classic Dave.
I didn't drive to the stadium where I probably would have gone, at least gotten cheese fries. But no, so I'm driving home from the game, and I heard the post-game interviews. So I heard him talking to Sirianni, and then I heard him talking to Hurts. Someone asked Hurts about the turnover, and you know how Sirianni was really getting into his ear about that turnover. And Jalen Hurts said, "You know what, dude? I'm a coach's kid. I love it. I need that. I want to be coached up. Get in my ear, get in my face. I'm all about it. That's what I want." And I saw someone with a blue check mark making something out of nothing today on Twitter, and I can't remember. It was one of the NFL. He's got an NFL in his fucking tag.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fucking Jeremiah Trotter.
No, it wasn't Jeremiah Trotter. But you know, so he wants it. So Sirianni fucking gave it to him, and then like a couple minutes later, he's back there joking around with him. Like it's not a big deal. People are making a big deal out of it. I love I love that Hurts told him to do it. I love it.
Well, you know what that is. It's being respected in the locker room. So, like, these people don't know what's going on in the locker room. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't think he had command of the locker room, honestly.
Well, there you go. So, after watching that game, I'm all about Sirianni. I'm totally cool with Sirianni. Gannon, I can't really talk about Gannon this week because they played the Redskins. The Redskins suck as a regular team, and then they had their fourth string essentially quarterback playing. So I don't even really, we can't really talk much about the defense. What I did like was the pass rush. The pass rush was alive at least.
Finally, Cox got a sack.
See, I thought he still had time though. Like I still question the defense, man. I feel like we're playing the Redskins, the Jets, the Giants, and we're getting by. You know, I feel like when we're playing a good team, we're going to get smoked just like we have in the past, and that's what I'm worried about. Like, I still felt like the quarterback from the Redskins had time to kind of do what he wanted a little bit. I thought so.
I understand what you're saying, but you can't get smoked if you're literally maintaining pace with a rushing attack that they have right now.
Well, yeah, that helps.
I mean, the offense doesn't have the ball long enough to get smoked. It's all about that bend, don't break. I want to rip apart Gannon's eyeballs because he pisses me off. I just want him to blitz. I don't understand. Like, there's time for a timely blitz. It's insane to me that we still are having this conversation.
It's weird. I like all the defensive players, too. I think we have good defensive players, right? Like, I'd like the linebackers, TJ Edwards. Mm-hmm. We're missing the one guy that's hurt. I forget his name.
Taylor.
Davion Taylor. Corners, Slay. Steve Nelson's been kind of questionable. McLeod's been good. Like we have some decent players. Well, but I think our defense is still a little questionable.
I guess for me, I looked at the stats too. So I looked back to make sure that I felt this way, and then I looked at the numbers. I'm like, all right, yeah. So it was pretty good.
Numbers are good though, right?
Yeah, they had 3 sacks, 5 hits, 12 hurries. I mean, that's They're in his grill. Now I know you're right. He did have some time to shuffle around the pocket, and for a guy who's not a starter in the NFL to be able to like move around and like snake around in the pocket a little bit, like he did make some plays happen. They just didn't have enough firepower to even compete. It was very obvious. Yeah. So I guess that's why I'm saying like it's hard to even judge the defense because that guy's not good. Like he's not a starter. I mean, I'm not an NFL starter either, but I didn't have to play last night. So
I just don't think he was as bad as like we have seen, right?
Like, no, I agree.
Well, who? You mean like we've played against?
No. I just mean like some of these guys that come in off the street and
yeah.
Look at Andy Dalton. He's a veteran, 10 years at least. And I mean, I'd put this guy in before I put Andy Dalton in.
They probably like kept that playbook to a minimum.
That was the dumbest fucking playbook.
I mean, they probably had to. Honestly,
that was a Lego starter kit playbook.
He came on the team Friday. Like he joined the team Friday.
You hear how they were like, yeah, he was like bathing his child, and his wife's like, you have 25 missed calls.
Where did you hear that story?
Mark Sanchez.
I'm glad I watched the condensed version because just in what I could hear of Sanchez, like his color, like as the next play was starting, he was so annoying. I could tell.
He's like your typical washed up quarterback that didn't make it who thinks they made it.
Whatever.
He was brutal.
Was he? Okay. What?
No one in the history of NFL
is he better than Lofton? Was he better than
that guy? Is terrible.
So
who we have Sunday, right? We have Kenny Albert. Kenny Albert crew. I just saw.
Oh man.
Solid crew, right? Solid.
So since we're still on the defense, I'm looking at the numbers right now, and I know, the big play that Slay gave up obviously was that heave down the field to McLaurin.
And another one.
He was in position. He was just like he was a hair short of where he needed to be. He saw the ball and it was just a second late. That was I don't know. That was good defense, I think.
I didn't have any problem with he took a swipe and he just barely missed the ball. It is what it is. But that was the biggest thing he gave up all day. I mean, he gave up 96 total yards. But the biggest one was that bomb to McLaurin.
He gave up that one to the tight end.
Yeah.
He called him. Yeah, he tackled him.
They called him, right? And he tackled him with the one. He gave up that as well.
Yeah, and that was.
He almost had that one too. He almost got back in time.
Yeah, that was a 29-yarder, I think.
That was when
literally everyone on the defense bid on the play.
Yeah, literally everyone. Yeah.
But Kenny, did you just say people are still dogging Slay?
Oh my God, dude! People get this like agenda in their mind, and they just they wanna hammer it home.
I don't understand the Slay hate. I really don't.
It's pretty simple. It's like, hold on 1 second.
You okay?
Yeah, excuse me. They manifest this thing in their head where they're like, oh, well, it wasn't worth the trade. And then it all has to do with, like, the Howie Roseman hate. And I don't know what they want from this guy. Like, do they want him to, like, go to their house and they want Slay to cut their grass? I don't understand what they fucking want from him. He made the Pro Bowl. I mean, what more do you want from your corner? We haven't had a Pro Bowl corner since probably Lito Shepherd, right?
Lito and Sheldon.
Sheldon, yeah.
Lito and Sheldon.
Same fucking team, same everything. That was like 04.
So I don't understand the hate for Slay. The hate I do understand though, and this is kind of like a nice little segue.
Give it.
Is for 1-8. Like I get it. I get that, like, he's trying to, improve and whatever. Like, but haven't we heard this story enough to know that it's not really going to work out?
Hey,
right?
If they're going to give him these little stupid gadget plays, I'm okay with it because that's how you can get him in the game, right? But they have to decide that's what his role is. You know what I mean? They teeter on that. They're like, oh well, we're gonna make him a big part of the offense, and that was last week when they played the Jets. They're like, we're gonna try, and then this week they're like, all right, well, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do little drop passes, and he's gonna get 57 yards. He had 3 catches on 3 targets for 57 yards. The longest was a 34-yard completion, but that wasn't. What was that? A 5-yard dump? I mean, if that. So he made that play.
Right.
But my concern is, where's that on the punt return?
Well, and that is what I wanted to talk about because, dude, the crowd is relentless on him during the punt return, like relentless.
I hate that, man. I'm not a fan of that.
I don't really like it either. It's kind of I listen. I love booing players.
I love booing
too.
Yeah,
to do.
I do too. Yeah,
it's one of I love it, but when the dude's just coming out on the field to be because the coach told him to go, like, bro, you can't fucking just like the whole crowd was raining boos on him. Like,
I disagree.
Okay, I'd love to hear it. Let's talk.
Okay, you can't. What week are we on, by the way?
15.
Okay, that's 15 weeks plus 16 weeks last year. So almost, it's like 31 weeks where he can't return the fucking ball.
Don't you think the coaches know that? I think the coaches. I think they do.
The fuck out. So I'm not sure they do know that.
I think maybe they don't have a better option.
They do. It's called Greg.
Well, I agree. They do too. Gainwell and yeah, I know.
You want me to keep going? Harold Carmichael could probably.
I agree. They do, but
and he's Egyptian dust at this point.
Oh man. Okay, so Joe, where are you at? You don't like the booze?
Yeah, I'm tired of the Philly booze. I'm tired of it, man.
Right,
I am.
Nicole from XT.
This is why I know.
Go make out.
This is why everyone complains. No one wants to come to Philly. That we need to drop the whole boo campaign. I think so. We're in like 2020.
Bryce Harper. People are insane in this fucking city. Oh, they boo.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Bryce Harper.
I want to boo all the time, and they need to have a what's the word? They need to I don't know what the word is, but they need to not worry about it. I guess we could say, but I don't know.
No, I mean they need to mentally block out the booze, is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like they're mentally soft.
They can't because
they're
Rager
mentally soft.
Is a bitch.
But we're living in 2021. There's a lot of mentally soft athletes out there. I agree, and we need to kind of
mentally soft people in general. I really think is what it is, to be honest. And listen, here's the thing: you play for Philly. It shouldn't. I guess here's my problem. My problem's not with Philly. My problem is with the rest of the country, who are a bunch of pussies. They let their teams come out, look like dog shit, and they don't do anything about it. Why are we the ones that are wrong for letting our guys know that they fucking suck when everybody else's teams suck too? If I was a Lions fan, dude, I wouldn't have a voice every week because I'd be booing them so fucking hard. Oh, I don't get it. I'm totally fine with booing him. Boo him after he gets only 1 yard on the punt return. Yeah. Don't boo him while he's coming out on the field.
And that's fair, but I was more directing that, like, to say that you can't boo Rager is just fucking dog.
I think the booing, the pre-booing is what's getting annoying.
But I would boo him.
If you want, like in baseball, if you when the guy gets announced to come up to bat and you boo him, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to get better? You think he's going to improve because you're booing him?
Yeah.
No. You got to chill on the booze, let him strike out 3 times in a game, and then let him fucking hear it, because that's how it should be. These guys need to be held accountable.
Well, 3 strikeouts?
Oh, wow. I thought you don't have to wait 3. Game. You don't have to wait 3. That was just like an example. But all I'm saying is I love that we boo people in Philly. It's not something that happens normal in other places, and I think it needs to be normalized. I think Philly is right and everyone else is fucking wrong.
You you can't tell me that New York is not worse than Philadelphia. You can't tell me that.
I really don't think it is. Like when you watch a game, if you watch a game, you don't hear the quantity of boos in those games that you hear in our games. You just don't.
How many people in New York have a city, an area called Delco? 0. You got Delco trash at the game.
I mean, bro, they got Queens, they got Staten Island. Like, listen.
No Delco trash. Isn't that fat dude with all the tattoos on his stomach? He's from Delco, right?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, exactly. The things that grow in Delco are the things that started COVID, okay? Delco is trash.
So wait, what are you saying? What's your point?
My point is that we have a very loud area, and it's all about Philly. I'm just ragging on Delco, but like we're very loud and vocal down here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mixed groups of people, and they get together and they drink a whole handle of Jack Daniels and go into a game. Yeah, I don't know who did that recently, but
who would do that? It's weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with the booing. I like the booing, but sometimes we take it too far. There's been Sixers games where we're booing like Embiid and shit. Like when we're booing the Eagles when they're coming off like the first half, they had a shitty first half. Like, all right, well, try and encourage them a little bit. Don't fucking boo them. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about booing Rager. I'm talking about in general. Like sometimes we go too hard. I think.
So let me ask you a question. This is obviously totally off the cuff, and this has nothing to do with the Eagles. If Ben Simmons goes out on the court, are you booing him?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my
I'm not booing him.
God. Don't even come to Christmas dinner. Don't even come to Christmas dinner. I'm spitting in your
No, man. These players, these athletes are mentally soft, and he's a prime example. He's a prime example, man. So I will boo him eventually, but when he first comes back, I'm not going to boo him. If he starts being, soft like he usually is, then I will. But initially, no, I'm not. David? I'm gonna try and help him out. I'm gonna try and support him.
David,
I'm booing the fucking shit out of him.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
That's my guy.
Listen, there are certain people that earn it. He fucking earned it. He earned it.
Yeah, no, he did. I know.
Like in starting lineups when they go, 6'8" out of blah blah. Boo!
He's so scared to come back on the court because of that reason.
He'll never play again in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he won't. He won't.
I mean, like whether it's for the Sixers or the visiting team.
That's the wildest example that you could have ever chosen to. Like, that's a very polarizing example.
I'm just saying, there's a time and a place, and that's my whole point about the boos. For the most part, they're right.
Well,
I said boo the fuck out of them.
Listen, I think we're now talking about the Sixers somehow. So, so the defense was solid. Sirianni was solid. I felt good about the game. I felt like they were going to be rusty in the beginning. I felt like they were going to come out of it. And when that game was tied at halftime, I was so confident that they were going to win, and I predicted they would win by 13. Yeah. I really thought that, they should have won by 13 because they didn't kick the field goal. I was so fucking pissed off they didn't kick that field goal.
I looked at Joe and my nephew Joey, and I was just like, this game is over. Like at halftime, I was like, and if you didn't feel that way, if you were worried going into halftime, then I hate to tell you, you're not gonna be able to handle it.
Yeah, if you were worried going into halftime, you probably don't. You're probably not. It's probably not fun being a Birds fan for you.
Yeah,
like at all. Because I felt good going into halftime. I really did.
The only thing that had me not worried, I guess, is not what I'm saying. I'm worried that the success that's going to happen now, right? And I'm using success loosely. I'm worried that these games against, Washington, the Jets, the Giants, Washington again, and then probably a well-rested Cowboys team, which if you looked at the standings, I'm pretty sure we are 7 right now. We're in, I think, and they're 3, so we play the Cowboys in the first round.
Yeah, we would, yeah.
It terrifies me because I feel like these are all kind of cupcake games, and once you get into the playoffs,
I agree.
You know, it's not a good I would love like a challenge, just like, you know, not like a superior team, just like a pretty decent team. You know what I mean? To get like you know, started.
Joe, what do you think?
I agree. No, I definitely agree. I think we're looking good. We're playing well because I said this before. We're playing the Jets, the Giants, the Redskins. So yeah, it's a concern. When we play good teams, we can't stop the opponent. Our offense does okay, but
it's been weeks since we've played a
good opponent. It has, yeah.
Weeks.
So I agree, yeah.
I actually don't. I don't agree.
Oh.
And the reason why I don't agree is because I feel like in the NFL, the teams are sharp enough to where if you are playing at a certain level, it doesn't matter that the competition is bad. If you are achieving at a certain level, it kind of offsets that, I feel like, in my opinion.
Well, and you have something that a lot of teams obviously don't have. You're rushing 41 attempts, 238 yards, an average of 5.8. Dude, think about that. That was from week 1. I was saying that shit. Like, the most important stat for me is the average. And if you're hitting at 5.8, that's just making second down, third down so manageable, and you can control the game.
Yeah.
You can do everything you need to do. So, listen, I didn't say it was like a major concern of mine. It's a concern, but if they can do what they're doing with rushing the ball, they can win playoff games. Now, I'm still like, I come on here and say Super Bowl.
Whoa! You just said playoff games plural.
Yeah, I really do though.
Yeah. They're making the playoffs and they're playing multiple games.
Plural.
Second round.
Oh my God.
I don't think the defense can handle right now playoffs.
All right. Well, let's listen. So there's not much to talk about with this game. We kind of there's not much to talk about here. So let's do this. Let's move toward like a playoff chat, right? So
real quick, hold on. Joe has a couple concerns that he wanted to get in about the Eagles.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's share, Joe.
So just two things that still concern me with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts deep ball is a concern. You know me, I like Jalen, big Jalen supporter, but his deep ball is questionable and he needs to release it quicker. That concerns me. And then the other one was
let's talk about that one.
Let's
talk about that one.
Who was the announcer that was like, that was the most beautiful rainbow ball I've ever seen? You remember that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it looked pretty, but it was. I don't know. It wasn't.
It doesn't mean it's accurate or at all.
Yeah,
it's a concern.
It's always behind. It's always behind.
Well, okay. So this is why I wanted to pause you, because what did you see specifically last night that made you worried about the deep ball? Because I wanted to mention the deep ball that he threw to Smith, and I actually wanted to talk negatively about Smith on that play.
That's my second concern, Devonta Smith, because he had zero separation on that deep ball, and I feel like he's had zero separation on a lot of plays from what I saw. Now I'm not watching tape, I'm not watching the field, but it seems like, man, lately, like he's not getting a lot of separation,
which
hurt. It's a little bit of concern for me. So that's my second concern.
He's hurt.
So it plays right into that. Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah.
He is hurt.
He could have. Devonta could have came back for that ball a little bit, but
he had 3 catches for 40 yards. The long was 28. The Smith thing, I feel like we've had such shitty success on the wide receivers that I feel like everyone's just. Doesn't matter who it is. It's just doubts. Doubts. You know what I mean? And I'm not anywhere.
I'm still a big fan. I'm a big fan of him. So
I don't think anyone's calling to get rid of him or anything like that. But
the one thing I just didn't like. I didn't like the fact that he couldn't track that ball, because that was a good ball.
Yeah, he didn't track it. He could have caught that ball.
I turned to my buddy that I was there with the game with. I said, if that's Deshaun Jackson, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, he could have caught that ball. All he had to do was move in 2 yards.
Yeah. It was right there. He just didn't track it. He didn't see it in time. Which, I if he's hurt, it's fine. I'm not I'm not bailing on Devonta Smith.
Yeah,
he's good. He's that catch he made in the first quarter was
exactly
stupid. That's
exactly
stupid.
Great catch.
And dude, that Terminator brace has to be difficult.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too, Kenny. It is. That's a good point. So his average separation, I looked it up on the next gen since we were talking about it. His average separation yards is 1.4. The league average is 2.9.
So that's low.
So he's not getting open right now. and that's mostly probably due to attention because he's
It
getting
could be
more
attention. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Top corner.
Because McLaurin last night was 0.75. That was what McLaurin was last night. So, when you got somebody covering him, like okay, but Goddard was a 3.6.
Tight ends they probably get a little more because they're kind of like in the middle, right?
A little more space.
Wide receivers, number one receivers are usually locked up on the corner, right?
Yeah,
so
I just wanted to bring it, like you brought it up, like you said, he doesn't. You feel like he doesn't really get open. He doesn't.
I do.
And I think it might be an injury. It might be a rookie thing. He's a rookie.
Could be a rookie. Yeah.
So it could be a couple things. He's drawing attention. He's double covered. There's two guys on him. There's a safety back there on that ball, but I think he should have caught that ball. I think that was a good deep ball. I always trash talk Jalen Hurts, or shall I say Jalen Hurts, on the deep ball. And I got to give it up. That ball was on point. It should have been caught. The other ball to Dallas, that was a risky fucking ball.
It was risky.
Lucky.
Yeah. Risky.
Totally lucky, and it's very similar to that one pass he threw to Devonta Smith in the end zone. It reminded me of that one too.
And even that Greg Ward touchdown, I know that wasn't necessarily a deep ball. That was a piss missile.
That was a fucking thread.
That was another dangerous throw, man. I mean, it worked out.
He fucking threaded the needle on that shit.
Yeah, I don't. It's so it's funny, man. Is that like week after week, we've done this now for however many weeks, 15 or something like that. And it's hard to, every week it's something new. And then, like, I feel like an idiot when I listen back because then I watch the game and I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Everything I said last week just is not fucking true anymore. And now, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a week-to-week league. These guys, especially with a guy who is is basically a rookie. He's not a rookie. We hash this out all the fucking time. Whatever.
Yeah. He's a rookie. Yeah.
Whatever he is. Whatever you want to fucking call him. I don't give a shit what you call him. But last night, they had 3 drops. They had 3 drops, and he was on target.
Jalen was good. He played well.
We have to give him credit when he does this because we are so quick to talk shit on this guy.
We're critical of his throwing, and he's played well.
Polarizing position though, so. It's the guy that touches the ball every snap. It's easy to have to talk shit on someone like that because not like what I'm trying to say, like the quarterback position.
Right, but it's also easy. It should be easy for us to give him credit. That means he threw
100%.
3. That means that he threw 3 legit incompletions. He had 3 drops, 3 incompletions and 3 drops, which total up to 6, which is what his numbers were.
Yeah.
So, kudos to Jalen Hurts.
And it kind of. Minshew had that fucking excellent game with like the completion. I think how many would he miss? Like 2 or 3?
Yeah, it was something like that.
So again, it all comes back to like that's fucking coaching. That's the game plan. They're putting these guys in a position to throw the ball accurately and like well enough where dude, I can't believe I'm fucking saying that. Honestly, like man, Nick has really just fucking right up the charts for me, man.
I remember. I don't know what week it was. I remember you came on this podcast and you're like, "I'm fucking done."
It was definitely after the Raiders game. That game was probably one of the worst games I ever seen anyone play. Like that game sucked my soul.
Yeah, it was bad, and that was when they made the transition to run the ball more. Like that was the game.
I was more pissed off at that game too because my mom had no control about standing in front of the fucking TV taking pictures.
So let's get over to the playoff chat because I'm kind of curious. I want to talk this out because we haven't really done this. We haven't really talked about it because honestly, we don't feel like we're worthy to even talk about the playoffs. But apparently, they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt. So. Right now, you said this. What did you say the matchup would be in week 1?
Right now, if it ends today, it's Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's the Cowboys. So they would play a meaningless game against the Cowboys in week 18.
Well, it's not meaningless. They have to win that game.
Why?
Yeah. Dallas might have something to play for. They might. And the Eagles, both might have something to play for.
The Eagles need to win out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's not meaningless at all.
The Eagles actually don't have to win out.
Oh. Go. Do you have that information, or do you?
Well, I'm not gonna go through it. There's a lot of.
We're still 3 weeks. Yeah, we're 3 weeks away.
Yeah, like they can win 2 more and still have a really good opportunity to make it. If they lose,
we talked about this last week, right? Like we don't We don't want to rely on someone else. We want to just get the fuck in based on what we're doing. I don't.
Right. So then in that case, if they win all three, I think they're in.
They have to be in. The
So-
Vikings have it's the Vikings, it's the Eagles, and the Saints. The Eagles have the tiebreaker against the Saints. The Saints have a very easy fucking schedule, the remaining, and the Vikings have Green Bay.
The Vikings play Rams next week. So they have the Rams and yeah, they play the Rams.
And the Rams need to keep winning because somehow the Cardinals have only lost 3 games and they look like shit.
Yeah.
Or 4 games, whatever they do. They're terrible.
They are really not a good football team.
Worst uniforms in the NFL, by the way, is the fucking Cardinals. Terrible color scheme, terrible jersey outline. I say it. I fucking hate the Cardinals. Another team. Put them on the list.
I don't like their style like at all. I watched that game a little bit because it was on Red Zone a lot, and I was like, my God,
struggle.
I fucking hate this team. Like I can't. I hate everything about everything they do. I fucking hate it.
You don't, and you also don't love the running quarterback. Though.
No, I don't. I really don't. It's annoying and it's low percentage.
All right, so I drove this off the fucking cliff because this is what I do. So bring us back, Dave. God, you have one fucking job. Bring it back.
So I just wanted to talk out the playoff scenario. So we got the Cowboys. If they make it, if everything stays the way it is, I don't think that last game is going to mean much for the Cowboys because I think they're going to already have the division locked up, and I don't think that the seeding is going to matter much because they're going to get a home game.
And there's only one bye.
There's only one bye, and Green Bay is going to have that shit locked up. Let's just be real. I think that the week before, the Cowboys are going to get to rest players, which is actually bad for the Eagles because the Eagles are going to have to play legit both games because they're going to need it most likely. Cowboys don't. And then that game's going to be in Dallas. Not really a concern. I'm not terrified of them to go to Dallas, but because Dallas isn't what they used to be in the beginning of the season. I feel like Dallas is
regressing
ish, kind of. Like they're totally doing it way. I mean, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I bet on them actually to win the NFC.
The whole thing?
To get to the Super Bowl.
I'll pick that
I have a
right
couple.
now.
I mean, I have a couple teams. I don't just pick one, But they're winning games, and they're not a bad team. That's not what I'm saying at all. And I'm not saying the Eagles are better than them. All I'm saying is I think that the Eagles could hang with them, and I think that the Eagles could possibly make noise with the Cowboys because the defense is on fire. Sirianni has something going right now with the running game. And
do you think COVID's gonna derail that a little bit? I know that he's gonna still be doing virtual meetings and all that stuff, or virtual practices and all that shit this week. He's still gonna be dude. Are they gonna have like a robot out there with his face on the screen, and they're gonna it's gonna be like a Segway, and they're gonna speed it up like when they're running down the fucking field?
That would be fucking great if they did that.
Oh my God, I hope that's what's gonna.
Or like a drone or something.
Yeah. Holding an iPad.
So yeah, he's supposed to run. I hear what you're saying though. The COVID thing is a big deal because he has it. He was obviously close to a lot of players. But here's the thing: they might have it, but it don't matter because if they're asymptomatic and it's not the day they get tested, they don't get tested, dude. They get tested once a week now.
Did we ever figure out what that day is?
No, I didn't.
It's got to be gotta be middle of the week, right?
Well, if it was today, then they're good.
Well, that's what. Yeah, because he got nailed, right?
But he was symptomatic though. Right. So I guess what I'm saying is if it is the Cowboys in week 1, I think they actually have a shot to win that game.
And that's why I said playoff games.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think we've come a long way since that Cowboy game. we were a different team, right?
That was started.
We were a different team.
Black plague.
Yeah. My main concern, man, is the defense. I don't think we can stop a good quarterback, good offense. That's my main concern.
And that's a good point, Joe, because everybody, and again, you can add this fucking schmo to the list. Like everybody they beat is on the schmo list, and everybody that they get their asses handed is on the good list.
Guys, the good teams that they have played.
It's a good thing they don't play the Colts.
Are you fucking stupid? Listen, the good teams that they played in that. Remember, we knew this going into the season that the front end of that schedule was going to be very difficult.
Yeah, we did that.
Hard.
Yeah,
they didn't fucking run the ball, man. You can dictate a good team by running the ball.
Yeah, because you take that good quarterback off the field.
Exactly. If they're going to come out, seriously, if they're going to come out and run for, 7 straight games of 200 yards or over 100, I don't even know what the fucking stat. It's so mind-boggling that it's like in Philadelphia and it's happening. If they can do that, they can hang, dude. They can hang. They can hang. They just need to limit the turnovers, run the fucking ball. I've been saying this since I've been watching football, and I'm gonna say Super Bowl, but I'm just using it as my term. To go to a Super Bowl, what you need is good offensive line, good defensive line, just okay quarterback play, limit the turnovers, and you can make noise. Seriously.
You said defensive line twice. I think you meant offensive line.
Yes,
but yeah, no, you're 100%. You're 100%. It's right on point though, and I think that the time of possession thing that they have going for them right now is very, very, very minimized. When people don't, when you look at it from the surface as what I just said, like, okay, they beat the shitty quarterbacks, they lose to the good quarterbacks. Well, that was before they had this ridiculous running game, and couple that with the fact that if Hurts. See, this is why this kind of goes back to what I said about them playing bad teams, not necessarily factoring in against them. If Hurts can get on a roll like this, he was 20 of 26 last night for almost 300 yards. If he can get on a roll like that,
110, by the way.
Rating. If he gets on a roll for like maybe another game or two, like could get 2-3 games, then he starts to feel that a little bit, and then then the wide receivers start to feel that a little bit, and I'm telling you, they can actually make some noise. I don't think that it means much because I was a proponent of them not even making the playoffs and fucking tanking and trying to get a good draft pick. Like, so I don't really give a shit if they win in the playoffs, but what I do care about is if they do get there, I obviously want them to compete now because you've done this, you've gotten there, now you got to show the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. And I think they can.
They're definitely not a Super Bowl team, but they're a win a first round playoff game, hang with a second round, maybe lose there. That's what I see with this team. And check me next week when they lose to the Giants. I don't fucking know. We'll see what you know what I mean.
My God, can you fucking imagine?
I know,
dude.
They can't lose it. They're 10-point favorites, right? They can't lose that.
They shouldn't have lost the first time around.
I love when people say they can't lose that. I love it. So yeah, hey guys, the fucking Birds are 500, and they got a chance. They got a shot at the fucking playoffs, legit.
You have a quick stat for you, Dave, that they showed on TV was when they last night was the most yard differential. They outgained the opponent yardage.
Dude, I was watching it. So, like, at the stadium,
first time since 08. So, 12 years.
They keep that counter up on the scoreboard down there, and like the yards are just piling up. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't even look at this to see like how many yards the Redskins had in the second
257.
half. How many did they have in the second half?
Ew.
I don't know about half, but
yeah, because
0.
It was like it felt like 0. It was like, damn, dude, they closed it down at halftime.
Biggest differential since 08. So
biggest differential since 08.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
You know what happened in 08?
But they're Redskins. They're third string starter.
The recession happened in 08. The Phillies won the World Series in 08.
I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
Never forget it.
So, all right, if we had to give picks right now, guys, on the Birds, before we move on, if you had to give a pick right now, where are you going? Joe?
Pick with what?
Spread on Eagles game.
Eagles Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go Birds on that one.
Birds minus 10. Kenny?
Yeah.
Is Mike Lennon even playing? Like, I don't even know. You don't even know.
I don't think
he's playing.
I think Fromm's playing.
Fromm's, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Make that spread 38.
What do you have against Fromm?
Dude, he's not good.
Georgia. It's Georgia, right?
Yeah. Bulldogs.
All right. I don't know why you think he's not that good, but it's fine.
Because if he was, he would have stuck on any of the 3 other practice squads he's been on.
All right. So let's move on from the Eagles.
Is that an egregious statement?
What?
What do you have that makes you suggest that Jake Fromm is good?
He was good in college. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
God, the old college, good in college.
What is wrong with me saying he's good in college?
Because it doesn't translate to the NFL. For quarterbacks, at least. Marginally good quarterbacks.
Okay. I don't want to argue.
Go ahead. Go on.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to college football since we're kind of talking about it. Tonight you had the Armed Forces Bowl. There's probably like 300 people at this one because some people care about Army. So there might be like 300 people in attendance at this one.
Fucking Army, man. What the fuck?
Missouri is currently winning 16-7. But like I said, I don't really we can't really beat this much more to a pulp because I did it pretty hardcore. But I hate the bowl season, and I think it's pointless. And I think that the NCAA has an opportunity to make it not pointless. At least not this part. Like these games would still exist, which is fine. It's okay. But starting around Christmas time, it should just be fucking balls to the wall. Every game is important. Every game is sold out, and every fucking game is watchable. These aren't must-watch games. I mean, I'm sure do you guys agree?
I don't think I've watched 1 second of a bowl game.
Okay, so there you go. That tells me something. Joe, are you watching any of this shit?
Yeah, I watched a lot. Actually, I disagree with you. Well, I disagree with the first half. So I love the bowl season. I think I don't know. Maybe it's the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, but like the bowl games, you're in bowl pools. You throw some money on them. It's great.
Oh, I'm not saying not saying get rid of the bowls. I'm saying that they are meaningless and pointless.
They
and
are.
No one goes.
I agree.
So
but they're still fun. They're still fun. I do agree with the expanded playoff. Once Christmas hit it. Like just get a playoff going and assign those bowl games to those playoff games, right?
Yep.
I'm down with that. But I've always loved the bowl games, man. Like the bowl games are a part of college football. I think that's why I still enjoy them. Like
so goddamn meaningless.
They are. But to those teams, I don't think they are. I don't think that they are meaningless. Like,
oh yeah, can't wait to go home with my fucking Outback Bowl fucking trophy and my blooming onion for life. I mean,
but it's something to watch. It's something to watch on TV. You throw them on like December 20th. Yeah, bowl game. It's something to root for. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'm not hating on the bowls.
Listen, Joe. I totally understand like the nostalgia of the bowls. Like I love the bowls for that reason. But yeah. I guess my problem is since they created an NCAA playoff system, now I see like 25 bowl games and I'm like, well, fuck, 12 of them could be playoffs and they could be fucking amazing. And starting on December 27th, we could have like insane, amazing bowl games. You know what I mean? And that would be fucking fire. And it's not that. And so Instead, we have to watch, Nevada play Western Michigan and act like we care about that.
So I was talking to Kenny about this when I was talking that like Division II, they actually have like an 18 playoff for North Dakota State, Division II. They go 8 teams, right?
Kenny.
So if they can do that, we can go. I mean, the FBS Division I, they can go 8 teams, right?
No, it's about money, man. Everything's about
it's all about money, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all about fucking money. COVID's about money. Fucking the college bowl season's about money. They're never gonna just give away all that money. You know why the NFL didn't cancel the games? Do you guys know this? I read up on this today.
Money.
100%. They were like, okay, if they don't play the game and they forfeit it, which no one in the NFL cares about that, right? What it was is that they don't get a game check. So they were like,
yes,
we can't have 18% of the players not getting a game check. So they will never cancel a fucking game. It's never going to happen. They're always going to be rescheduled. Why? Money. Everything is a money trap.
Yeah.
100%. So Division II, no one gives a flying fuck about Division II. I went to a Division II school. I went to 0 football games because no one gives a shit about IUP, Crimson Hawk fucking football. So it's never going to fucking happen. They make too much money on the Pinstripe Bowl, the fucking Guaranteed Rate Bowl, the fucking Cheez-It Bowl.
No, I listen. I know that people that listen to this are probably tired of this argument, but listen, it's you are not making an argument that matters because those sponsorships and the money would still exist. No. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm saying the Cheez-It Bowl could be the fucking 12
game.
Yeah, should be 12 versus 3. And then everybody cares, and everybody's there, and it's sold out, and they make more fucking money.
I'm down with
that. It's not about money, and it's not about losing sponsors. It's about them being fucking old curmudgeon douchebags and not wanting to add teams to the playoff system. That's what it's about.
They can't even get the 4 teams right now. How are they going to do 8-12?
I've always heard with college football, they don't want to add games to a collegiate athlete's schedule. I heard that a while ago.
Meanwhile, they start practice in March. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they can also get rid of Alabama versus like Church's Chicken.
That's what I'm saying. They play so many meaningless games. Like, shrink the schedule down, make it all division games. Like, they could make college football so fucking great.
They can make college football great again.
I don't think they're ever going to do it, though. I think it's
listen, I understand the regular season thing because that is about money. Like, smaller schools will go play Alabama, go play Penn State because they get fucking paid. Like, I get that. They need that money for their program. I'm not trying to take that away. I'm not trying to even take bowl games away. Keep them. Keep every single goddamn one. But make more of them worth something and make people care more. More people would bet on it. And I'm telling you right now, sports betting is starting to be a rocket.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you right now,
it's everywhere.
That will drive this, and college football will expand. They will have more playoffs because they will get more revenue from gambling, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's your guys' must-watch bowl game, not including the playoff? I'll give you mine first, and then you guys can go off.
Well,
I think it's got to be the Peach Bowl, Pittsburgh versus Michigan State.
Do you have a reason why you're saying that?
Well, I like the quarterback out of Pittsburgh.
He's not playing.
No, he opted out.
Yeah, he opted out.
I take it back. There's no fucking bowl game I want to watch now.
Ohio State, Utah, right? Notre Dame, Oklahoma State. They're two good games. And Iowa, everyone wants to see Iowa lose, right? To Kentucky.
I don't know, man, because Kentucky's in that fucking game. So who do you hate more today, Dave? Kentucky or Stoops?
You got to go
Iowa or Stoops.
Oh no, 1 million%. I want to watch Kentucky piss on Iowa's face.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I hope they do. I'm telling you, I bet on that game when the minute the line came out.
They're only 2-point favorites, man. Only 2.5. It's kind of
Iowa is so
low, dude.
Iowa's such a bad football team. It's not even funny. Like
they're the team that keeps it close. They're the team that keeps it close, though, right? And just punts and
they rely on field possession. Field position on turnovers. They rely on turnovers. The whole gamut. But if I had to pick one game, aside from wanting Iowa to die, it would be Ohio State, Utah. I think that game. I think that game is legit. I think that's going to be a fun game. It's the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl is always cool.
The granddaddy of them all.
Utah kind of stinks, though, man. Utah stinks. Ohio State should roll.
They should.
They beat Oregon twice, right?
They did. You're right, Kenny. You're right. I take that back. You're right on that one.
And Joe, without looking at it, what do you think the spread should be on that game?
Ohio State, Utah?
Yeah. What would you think?
Well, I kind of take that back because I was thinking Oregon beat Utah. So
okay.
Yeah, I take that back.
So yeah,
I remember watching that game and betting on it and losing because Utah fucking rolled Oregon. They rolled them.
Yeah. Now it's sitting at Ohio State -6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like 8.5, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also like Baylor, Mississippi.
Mississippi, yeah, Corral. Want to see
I'm sure
what
he
Corral
probably opted out
does.
too.
He
Baylor's
probably opted out
-1.
because of the transfer portal.
I love Mississippi there. Mississippi's a good team, man. I think they're a really good team.
I like Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss.
That's our boy,
They're a
man.
good
That's
team.
Lane Kiffin, right?
Yeah, it's Lane. Yep.
Yeah, I think they win that game.
Well,
what do you guys
know.
think about your boys though? Penn State, they're 2.5-point favorites versus Arkansas.
The only value, and if you put value on this kind of stuff, the only value is if Penn State wins that game, they get into the top 25 for next year, right? I mean, that's the only value in that bowl, besides the endless bloomin' onions they all get.
We already yelled at each other about this one. I don't really give a fuck about.
I think it's big that the quarterback came back though.
Well,
What's his name? Clifford. That's pretty big.
I think Penn State rolls.
Rolls them?
Rolls them.
Think they roll. Arkansas been pretty good.
I don't put Penn State and rolls in the same sentence at all.
Listen, man.
Arkansas.
I'm
They
telling
lost
you,
to Illinois.
Arkansas.
it's not the same.
Oh my! What do you mean it's not the same?
That game's down to a pick. Like
Arkansas. Yeah.
I absolutely love Penn State now.
Arkansas is hit or miss, man.
That makes it even more of a lock for me.
Pig Suey? They do the Pig Suey? Is that them?
Yeah, Pig Suey. This line opened up.
Is weird, man.
This line opened up at Penn State -2.5, and is now all the way down to a pick.
That's a pick?
It's down to a pick.
Is it a pick? I thought I'm seeing current lines, but yeah. Okay.
So are those your son's headphones?
Yeah, he was pretty hyped when I asked him for his headphones because I was like, yo, we're gonna be on YouTube. He's like, oh yeah, you guys gonna get like 20 million views. He was fucking pumped, dude. So we gonna get 20 million views.
Yeah, Joey, we're gonna get 3 views at best. It's my iPad, Dave's other cell phone, and Joey.
No, shout out to my boy Gordy. He's watching us live in his living room right now.
Nice.
Does he like my headwear?
Your camera's fuzzy, but yeah, he can probably see it. So listen, we can't move on from college football without having Joe McCann on the pod without first of all talking about Michigan. We can't leave
before you go there. Well, no, This is about Michigan. Did you hear what they're doing?
They are all banding together and holding hands and getting the booster at the same time.
Yeah,
they're all gonna open mouth kiss each other after they get the booster.
Yeah.
They're all going to share a 30-piece nugget from Chick-fil-A. No, listen. It's great. I fuck it. I mean, whatever. They need to do everything they can to try to make sure that they have every guy. So
they
get
do.
the booster.
It's tough.
When are they getting the booster?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I just saw the headlines.
I wonder how soon to the game it is.
They all get the first shot, second shot.
Yeah, they have to because if they're getting the booster, you can't get. Yeah, they're like, okay, we got the first one.
Skip it. Just get the booster,
and just give me the booster, baby.
I think they're getting it this week. I think they're.
Yeah, they should be all right.
Not that it really matters, but
so Joe,
whatever.
before we go down the Michigan avenue, do you have anything else?
No, the only thing I'll say is Michigan was ranked. They weren't even ranked to start the year, and they haven't been ranked. But they've been struggling for 15 years, man. So, the fact that they made it one time is pretty cool, pretty awesome. Yeah.
Before Penn State?
Yeah, Penn State's been better than Michigan for the last 15 years, I feel like. I told you guys that. They've been better. But Michigan just came out. They had a strong year, man. They had a lot of players perform. A lot of stud guys.
Would you argue that Michigan probably had no reason to beat Penn State this year? Seriously, we watched that game together.
We watched that tight end touchdown, 50-yard touchdown, and if they would have lost that game,
they're definitely
maybe not. But I think that's the thing with the year. It's just everything just kind of has been rolling well for Michigan.
College football too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They haven't been great in every game. They haven't. They've played well down the stretch. last three games. Ever since that Penn State game, they pretty much played really well. That Penn State game was very questionable, but Penn State's a tough place to play, man. Like Penn State's not an easy place to play, even if Clifford. I think Clifford was still playing. Was he healthy? I think he was healthy. Or was he playing on one leg?
That was it feels like his first official game where he was healthy.
I don't think he was still. He wasn't the Clifford that I was seeing early in the year, but I don't know. We took care of business. That's what you got to do. It wasn't a great game, but they did it, and ever since then they've been
Just
good.
So everyone's aware, Joe McCann has never been to fucking Michigan, so why he's a Michigan fan, we'll never really fucking know. He, one of those. Well, everyone else is a Penn State fan, so I need to be a Michigan fan. One of them fucking guys.
It's college sports. There's no Philadelphia college affiliation.
Yes,
in my
there
opinion,
is.
So
You
there's
root
not.
for fucking Temple.
I root for Temple, but it's not the same. I don't root for Nova either. I root against Villanova. College, yeah. It's college is different. I'm a 4-for-4 guy, but when it comes to college, I never grew up with Penn State fans. There was no Penn State fans. The only Penn State fans I know, honestly, man, are you, Dave, Kenny, Jay, Liam, maybe. That's it. I don't know any other Penn State fans. Am I right?
No, I mean, college.
So I picked a team when I was in middle school, dude, and I just fucking went with it.
Mom, I have a Michigan hoodie. I love blue and gold.
Well, Joe, I got to.
I think they have a chance to actually beat Georgia.
Well, and is Georgia going to be reeling from the Alabama game? Seriously, I mean,
that's what I worry about a little bit. They got beat pretty good. They got kind of handled, and they're going to be pissed off.
Yeah,
Michigan's already lost. They're on a win. They won 3-4 in a row. And
the only thing with that, Joe, and listen, I know nothing, right? This is a stab in the dark. It's been too long to hold that pent up anger, right?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Next week they played Michigan. I'd be like, all right, man, Georgia's gonna roll it. It's been a month at least.
Yeah.
That game means nothing. Yeah, it's fresh in their mind, and they might play a tad better, but it doesn't fucking matter.
One thing I will say though, with college football is I always root for the Big Ten. So I don't root for Penn State. I don't, but in bowl games and when Penn State's good, I root for the Big Ten. So I root for except Ohio State.
Yeah, no,
Ohio State. I'm fucking tired of Ohio State
because
they fucking dominate. But I'll root for Big Ten, man. I love the Big Ten. I root for Penn State when they make the bowl game, when they're playing well. So at least give me that a little bit.
I give you nothing.
I mean, people. There's probably people that laugh in my face for thinking that Michigan has a chance to beat Georgia, but
they do. They're only 7-point dogs, man. They have a good defense, good running game, good offensive line. Their best offensive line in the country. They just got voted. They
had the Heisman finalist, right?
Heisman finalist. McNamara's been playing good. He don't make mistakes. So yeah, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. You heard it here first. All your money on Michigan -7.
+7.5. Plus 7.5. Don't take it anywhere else. It's got to be at least 7.5, maybe 8, maybe 8.
Yeah, maybe 8.
Honestly, but yeah. So we had to talk about Georgia Michigan because Joe is a Michigan fan, and we obviously have some time to figure out that game. We can talk about it more later, but. That game. Well, I guess Kenny. We have a podcast maybe next week, but
what do you mean maybe?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's It's the week after Christmas, so there's not a lot of shit going on. But that game is on New Year's Eve, Friday night.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty hype.
Great,
pretty hype.
Yeah, great, yeah, pretty hype for it.
I like Michigan there, and I like Alabama, but I actually think Cincinnati can cover.
I like Cincinnati cover. I do.
Kenny, you are amongst the literally everyone else in the world who doesn't think Cincinnati deserves to be in the playoffs, and you need to shut the fuck up because have you watched any of their games? Have you watched any of their games?
Dave, yes,
Kenny,
I have.
You are lying.
I think we watched them all at the bachelor party. You remember that one? Or was your head clouded from all the shrooms you took?
Do you remember that one?
I didn't do it. I There's no fucking way you're putting another fucking Ohio team. No, I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. They're frauds. They're gonna get smacked.
No, I don't think they're gonna get smacked.
Oh, okay.
I think with bowl games and these playoff games, the team who's got more to prove shows up. It's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's really any chance in the world that Cincinnati beats Alabama there.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that. But cover.
But
We're talking cover.
I think that
What's the
they'll
line?
hang. 14.
It's like fucking it's lose by 2 touchdowns. Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
All right, I hear you.
I'm not saying they're gonna win.
Yeah,
Alabama's gonna win the game.
So yeah, well, let's move on. Let's talk about the Flyers.
No.
Or not.
Fuck them.
Well,
What's going on in Washington? Are they all just like seriously open mouth kissing each other? They're dirty birds down there.
Everybody's got issues down there with COVID in Washington. I don't know.
The government might know something.
So listen,
Yo,
the NHL's on a pause.
Grab me the beer. There's a beer.
They're Joe's asking for a beer.
I guess Joey's gonna provide it.
Train them right. The NHL is postponed. I think. Kenny, do you have the date?
It's after. I don't have it.
26th,
Thank you.
December 26th.
Okay, so they're only that's only a couple days. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Well, it costs.
I believe
it
it's
costs them the
26th.
Olympics, which is like.
Yeah, Beijing or something.
Well, I mean, it just listen. If anyone's like, "Oh, I'm still all for college," or I'm sorry, Olympic hockey, like, no, it needs to be NHL players. That's what you watch around here all the time. That's what you want to see winning the fucking medals. I don't want to see fucking Jimmy Jimbers win a fucking silver medal for the United States. Who the fuck's that guy? You know what I mean?
I hear you. I agree 100%. When I saw that the NHL was out of the and listen, I love the Olympics, man. I fucking love the Olympics. I watch the shit out of it. I'll watch fucking bobsled until I fall asleep. I'm telling you. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the Winter Olympics more than anything, more than the Summer Olympics. But
the Winter Olympics outdoes the Summer Olympics. It's not even close.
Yeah, no,
curling is underrated, and we might have to talk about curling in the podcast.
It's not. It's apparently not underrated on this podcast because you won't shut the fuck up about it. We get it.
No, you shut the fuck up. You don't even know what it is. So how is it underrated or overrated?
I don't know what it is. I played fucking Mario Wii.
Oh my god. All right. But anyway, the NHL with not going to the Olympics makes the Olympic hockey unwatchable. You can't even. No one gives a fuck now, at least in America. And I speak for all America apparently, saying that no one cares about the hockey. But I mean, Joe, you haven't been on the podcast obviously the whole time. We've been talking shit on the Flyers for a few weeks now.
You mean 10 straight games they lost?
We were really hype about the Flyers early on. We actually thought they had a good chance to be decent this year. That has obviously not panned out. So where do you stand?
Yeah, so my take on the Flyers, and I've been a Flyers fan for a while. I haven't watched them lately, but my biggest thing with the Flyers is everyone's going to hate me for this. You guys are going to hate me. Drew needs to go. It's Drew. He needs to go. Drew is one of the a big reason why the Flyers have been stagnant for a decade.
You're wrong.
Stagnant.
Wrong.
What has Drew done? Kenny, you bring up Drew and that forearm he gave to Crosby, which was great. I loved it.
Decade ago.
But he hasn't done shit in the playoffs since. And I've been since that they haven't gone. I know, but and in the last 5 years they've given up on the coach multiple times. It's you got to put something on the leadership of the Flyers team, and that's Drew.
Do you know who
Drew has no leadership?
Do you know who owns the Flyers?
It's not Snyder, but somebody else. But
it's fucking Comcast, man. They don't fucking care, right? They honestly, it's ownership. It starts at ownership and it trickles down to just they don't give a fuck, Joe. They care about gritty. And I said this last week, it was last week, I think. They don't give a fuck. Now I hear you. Giroux has underperformed in the playoffs. I get that. I can see it. I have fucking eyeballs. They were the 1 seed 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, I
They
actually
they
pulled up.
ran into the buzzsaw of the Islanders.
Yeah.
I can't get down with the Giroux hate.
It's not really hate because I think he's a good player. He's very skillful. He's a good player, but he can't be the captain. Like,
okay,
I think I remember controversy when he became the captain. I think there was controversy, and like I just don't think he's ever lived up to a captain status. And ever since, like, I love the Mike Richard, Jeff Carter years, and I think ever since he's taken over, that's where I've become disconnected.
Okay,
that's where I've become disconnected.
So the ownership decided that they wanted to blow up the team, right? Correct. And they moved Carter.
They moved all of them, and I fucking hated it. I loved Mike Richards, man. He was like one of my favorite players, man.
He also was a pillhead.
So. He had some issues. I'm not saying he had issues. Yeah, he had some issues, but it's a whole nother fucking
the Giroux
story.
For me is yeah. Okay, so listen, you strip him from the captaincy, fine, right? Who's the captain on this team?
I don't know. You name a different captain 5 years ago.
Who?
I don't think he's a captain. I don't know. You named someone. I don't fucking know. Like, I just don't think he's.
Let's just give it to fucking JVR or Voracek.
Well, that's
they haven't done anything to help Giroux. The last person that literally, honestly, that helped Giroux was Yager, and that was a decade ago.
Yeah.
They haven't done shit.
Every year we got new players like Konechny and these. And
they haven't scored in 12 games.
But there's always these years where they get these players, and it's just still the same shit. He's the constant. That's where my thing. He's the constant. Giroux's been the same, and I am kind of hating on him because I think he's a good player. But I think that's where my disconnect from the Flyers has come from. It's been the same, man. Like.
Kenny is having we're streaming this live right now, but most of you can't see this. You're going to listen to this. Kenny is literally like melting right now. He doesn't even know what to say back to Joe. It's fucking hilarious.
I can't. Joe told me he had a hot take, but this is like it's a very
he needs to go, dude.
Take
he needs to go, man.
I think out of the three of us, I've watched the most Flyers hockey. Out of the three of us, easily. And a lot of them like.
Oh, I don't know about easily, bro.
Yeah, Dave's up there. Dave's up there. I'm not with you. I'll admit.
But continue.
They haven't put themselves in a position to do shit in the last 10 years. And they keep doing this shit, and it's the Philadelphia Cyclone of fucking death, bro. There's nothing good in Philadelphia. I'm serious. The Eagles are the best shot you have right now. The Sixers are absolute, like, just complete dog shit. And Doc Rivers, I'm going off. See, Doc Rivers the other day said, well, like, we want Ben Simmons, and we're obviously missing things with Ben Simmons. If we get someone for Ben Simmons, that's great because that guy's going to help us. What the fuck are you talking about? They have nothing. The Phillies, hopefully we're going to be getting better here. Dave's a big Phillies guy. You know that. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who you make the captain. Even in the last 10 years, maybe Wayne Simmons, but Wayne Simmons, he was a power play guy. He gave you 20 goals. He gave you a couple assists. He fought here and there. What do you like? I don't know who the captain and who you want them to strip it for, especially currently on the roster right now. There's not one motherfucker in person, honestly, right now who.
You're probably right.
There shouldn't even be assistant captains. That's how bad this fucking team is right now.
I think my thing is he's been the constant with this team the last decade. They haven't made it past. They've made it past the first round once. I looked it up since 2009, and he's been the cap. So that's my whole basis. They went to the second round. They went in 2010 maybe.
Okay. I'm just making sure. But again,
and I think that was
right?
Giroux. I think was on the team, but I think he was made captain like 2011.
Yeah, 2013 he was made captain.
Okay.
So since Giroux has been captain in 2013, they have made it out of the first round one time. That was in 2009, the 2019 season, which was in 2020 was when they made it to the second round, and then they were out.
That was it. Was out
in the second round.
Like not. Yeah.
But
So
I mean,
that,
listen,
that's, yeah.
Kenny makes a good argument, Joe.
He does.
Like, it's really
he does.
hard.
It does. I do agree with that. They're, like, who are you going to name captain? Like,
Yeah.
you probably don't have many options. I agree with that. But I just look at it. I just feel like there's a disconnect with him, with me. As a guy who used to watch the Flyers a lot, man. Like, the loss at 04.
Yeah, listen, we've had this conversation. You
Yeah,
said it
man.
yourself.
Like,
ever since, like, what was it? Like, the Scott Stevensons? That's when you stopped watching the Flyers?
no, it was no. I stopped watching in like 2010 when like Jeff Carter, Mike Richards, Danny Briere.
When they lost in the finals.
Yeah, like since then was like I felt like a disconnect with me personally. There's probably a lot of people that disagree with me right there.
No,
but
not at all. You're
no,
probably
Joe,
in the majority.
Yeah, I think you are the majority, actually, Joe.
the whole decade, I haven't felt connected to this team for a decade, man. Like I don't know. They need to blow it up, dude. Fucking
It's funny.
blow it
It's
up,
funny
man.
because Kenny, this is literally the Phillies conversation. You and I'm you in that. Like, I feel still connected to the Phillies, and I see the positivity and I see their possibilities. Whereas you are like, fuck the Phillies. They haven't done shit for me in 10 years. I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah,
That's exactly where Joe is with the Flyers.
Yeah.
And how fucking sad is it that we have two major teams in our fucking market that make you feel this way? And Joe is in the majority, without a doubt. And you, Kenny, are in the majority when it comes to the Phillies. Yeah. There's no and it sucks. It fucking sucks. But I really don't know who you give the captaincy to. And if they trade him, I don't even know who. Like, they might go no captain.
Guys,
Provorov? Maybe.
No, they won't do that. They won't do that.
He has not played well at all.
You can give it to Hart. Have they ever given a goalie the fucking captain?
No, I don't think they can.
That's so sad, dude. Oh my god.
I mean, and also, even if you're just talking about this year, they're missing a major part. They don't have Kevin Hayes. He played like 2 games, and now he's got COVID.
Yeah.
They're missing major keys, man. And
Ellis.
I don't know, man. It hurts my soul when I talk shit on Drew, and I really don't have an answer for why I feel the way I do.
I mean, Joe, listen, a couple weeks ago or 2, I don't know how long ago, Kenny, when we talked about this subject, and I said, listen, they might have to trade him, and he might come back because he's on a contract year. It's the perfect opportunity to trade a guy for a Stanley Cup run, get something back, and then he becomes a free agent, and then maybe you sign him and he comes back. I don't know. But Kenny was like, if they fucking trade Drew, I might literally fucking cry.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
So and literally, if you look at like point production over the last decade when he was the captain in the NHL, we're not just talking about on the Flyers. He's top 3. I can't find it right now, but I think he might be number 1 or 2.
I think he just broke something too with the Flyers. So I mean, you're not wrong with that shit. Like he's a good player. I'm not saying he's not a good player.
He just had 102 points.
I just think they need some kind of different leader. Like this is the second coach in like 3 years where they just stop playing.
Because they keep hiring these fucking.
I blame the players on that. That to me, I blame the player. I blame the leadership on and that's Giroux. That's where I put the blame on. I don't hear this anywhere else. They just stopped playing for the coach like twice in like
it's a hockey
4 years.
It only happens in hockey.
It only happens in hockey?
It doesn't.
Like, what the fuck is that?
It is. It's a weird thing. It's a hockey thing. It fucking happens. It'll probably happen again, maybe 1 or 2 more times this year to some other team because
step the fuck up and fucking play for your coach. Like maybe they don't like. I don't. I mean, I
definitely don't.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Joe, this is a pattern with Ave. He wore his welcome out in Vancouver.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
Rangers, man. And my friend I went to college with, he DM'd me and he retweeted his tweet he sent to me back when they hired him, and they were like, "You're gonna hate him in a week."
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
You did say that. I remember you saying that. Yeah. He's an old school coach too, right? I think you guys said.
He's literally he does like that arcade.
That probably doesn't help.
No. So I think this comes all like full circle. The reason why the Eagles did what they did is because Sirianni is a new school coach, and this group of players, the age bracket, the mentality, whatever word you want to put on it, they need a different kind of coach. It's not like the Mets are going to implode under Show. Like it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster because he's old school,
What the
and
hell?
he's gonna explode. I guarantee it. So, like, they need to bring in young blood. They need to bring in someone fresh, and I don't really know who that is or what that means.
Here's a fun idea. Why don't we hire someone that has no ties to Philadelphia again? Let's try that one more time.
Yeah.
Just make it the right coach this time.
Well, I mean, AV didn't have a tie. Like, I don't know where.
I'm saying do it again because Tocchet is the talk, right?
What's
I like
wrong
to have
with Tocchet?
I don't know.
Tocchet,
if I have a problem with Tocchet. I've seen the pattern of.
I don't know about Tocchet, right? Like, I don't know.
It didn't work out in fucking Arizona, but they're terrible.
Yeah, I get the pattern. Trust me. Like that's the one thing. Like the Philly thing. Like hire.
Yeah.
They have fucking Hextall as a GM and fucking Snyder and fucking like Bobby. Yeah, like I get it. Trust me, I do. But the Flyers are a shitty mess, and I wouldn't be surprised if they trade G. I really wouldn't. It depends. The team is still 500. As much as they fucking suck, they're 500. And like.
Kenny said the other day that there's a lot of good teams in the NHL, man. It's fucking, isn't that like, there's a lot of fucking good teams. I haven't watched much hockey, but like you look at the standings and like there's like,
it's like, your typical, it's
not normal, man. Like,
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Also, the Flyers in their last 5 games are 4-0-1. I mean,
yeah.
And we're right here taking shits.
Are you guys up over Carter Hart? Like how's he? Like he was the next coming of fucking Hextall, and he's sucked.
Joe, they do that.
He's got good games. He makes good saves, and then like he makes a great save, and then like he lets up a fucking soft goal to tie the game. It's like, dude, what the fuck, dude? It's like, come on, man.
It's
frustrating. They're very frustrating, right?
Yes. They are frustrating. There's no 2 way about it. They're fucking frustrating. But I'm in on Carter Hart. Kenny, what about you?
I mean, I don't.
Oh, I didn't know I was throwing you a fucking. I didn't know I was throwing you a 2-0 fucking.
Yeah, I thought you'd be in.
Curveball.
I'm constantly up and down because I've been bamboozled by the fucking goalie train. Just like, oh, this guy is legit, and I've seen a lot of his games in person, and he looks like he can fucking do it. It's just like the defense. It seems like whatever they do, they don't get the defense right now. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's injuries or whatever the deal is, but I don't know, man. He lets in some goals where I'm like, what the fuck, man. But I'm not out on Hart. I need more. I'm
not out either. I'm not out. I don't want to just be out on the guy in the first couple of years. But there's concerns.
100%. But
yeah.
Back to Joe's point, the Eastern Conference is disgusting. So like,
yeah,
I just
ridiculous.
don't know where you're sneaking into the playoffs this year. It's disgusting.
Why is Tampa Bay, ever since the Flyers lost to Tampa Bay in like 2004, why has Tampa Bay been like, they've been like one of the best NHL franchises? It's so frustrating. It's infuriating. And Carolina, like they're in fucking Florida.
Yeah, so here's another thing I think happens in Philly, and this is like a Philly thing. I think, I don't know. Maybe it's another town thing. I don't know. But we look at other towns' success as our failure.
100%.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man.
It's funny because it's not like, it's not always the same city, which basically means we follow the success, and no matter where it is, we're like, why can't we be like them? Why can't we be like them? Why can't we be like them? Well, they haven't been like that. They come up, they go down. They come up, they go down. We're just always looking at the teams that are good, and we're like, oh, why can't we be that? Tampa Bay though has been. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the fucking Tampa Bay market. I think I really think there is something to actually, because there's no state taxes in Florida, and that really is a big deal. They get different types of players to come there, but
they like hockey wise, they also draft really fucking well. So
no, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's also lucky because hockey is is like a fucking shit show.
Yeah,
when it
but
comes
every
to Joe.
time they've had a shot at it, like we get the option between Patrick Kane and fucking JVR,
yeah.
and then they get the option of like Stamkos and like Peanut Brittle.
We just drafted number 2 overall. What the fuck was his name? What the fuck
Nolan
happened to
Patrick.
him?
He's not
Yeah,
even
what
in
the
the
fuck?
league.
Like, so that's like bad luck. That's bad luck,
You're
man. That's
trying to
not
shoot
even
Drew
like
on the foot, and we're drafting Nolan fucking Patrick.
no, that's bad luck. Like, and he played well this first year.
Well, and he got some headaches.
He was really good.
Anyway, now we need to move on and talk about the Sixers because Joe, I know I don't really even talk to Kenny about the Sixers anymore because he acts like he doesn't care about them. But where are you at? Like, are you watching this team? Are you in? Are you listening? Like, where are you at?
I watched a lot of games. I watched a lot. I think last year the Sixers loss to the Hawks, Game 7, was a brutal loss that really
swayed half of the fan base.
Affected me and most of the fan base like big time. Big loss. I was
Danny Green has
that's
COVID.
that's a top 10 Philadelphia loss like in history, I think, man. Like they were fucking ready to go. So setting up for this year, it kind of like you're like not really interested in it, but and then the Ben Simmons happens. So so this year I still watch a lot of games. I still think they're a good team. I think they miss Ben Simmons. I do. I don't want to say it, but I think they miss Ben. If they had Ben Simmons, they'd be number 1 or 2 seed, no doubt, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree. I said it last week. I think that this team clearly misses Ben Simmons. His play,
they miss
his defense,
Ben.
His shot like creation, not really shot making ability, but shot creating, and like they need to do something. But listen, they are absolutely 100% not going to move him for peanuts. They're not. So
I know we're in a tough spot.
GM's like, we'll just let him sit in the line for 3 years.
Well, you can't blame him, dude, because you can't let him go for bullshit. Because here's what happens: if you don't get at least an all-star caliber player, you need to get a superstar back. If you don't get at least an all-star caliber player back, now you're going to waste Embiid, and now you might as well just blow it up. And then you have nothing to start with because you got no young talent. They're all fucking old. So really, then you're hanging your hat on Maxey turning into a legit fucking guy in 1 year. You gotta.
The Sixers made a very critical mistake, a big time one.
Which one? Which one?
Yeah, and it's letting Jimmy Butler walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even without like this whole potential of like obviously hindsight's 2020, right? Like we know Ben Simmons is sitting out, he's being a bitch. But if you had the option, I mean, the answer was always to keep Jimmy Butler, I feel like. And then they should have tried to move Ben Simmons at that point because those two couldn't get together, and Brett Brown. And if they signed Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick's still probably. I mean, listen, I'm not saying JJ Redick's like some fucking elite player, but he's good or was good.
But we're like pretty far past that. You know what I mean? Like it's like.
But this is my
you can't get past it.
I can't get past this stupid shit because it drives me fucking nuts. In what meeting, Jimmy Butler goes in, and he goes, "I hate Brett Brown." And Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I know.
And then they leave that meeting and they go, okay, we're going to keep Brett Brown.
Yeah.
And like the Simmons thing, you could kind of be like, okay, I understand that. But there was no reason that Brett Brown should have even been a consideration to be kept.
Mm-hmm.
And it all Hawks, man?
Yeah. What did you say?
Their whole team's out with COVID. There's no way this game happens.
They're going to have to take a pause, I think.
Gallinari, Lou Williams, Solomon Hill, Clint Capella, Cabaret, Kevin Herter, DeAndre Hunter, and Trae Young, all out.
Really?
It's the whole fucking team.
When are they playing? Tomorrow?
They play
tomorrow. They've been postponing NBA games, so.
Yeah. I think that the Sixers just they almost need a COVID pause, to be honest, because if they get a COVID pause, like a 2-week break or whatever, however they work it out, if they get that, then they could get healthy, first of all, and second of all, they could just get out of their own heads, because I think they hear this shit. I think they know all this drama is still out there. I don't know. I care about it when they're playing the games. Like, I know they're not there like, oh, we everybody's pissed off about betting. Like, that's not what's happening. But when they're in the games, they don't have enough to seal up games. And Embiid has been unbelievable. Like, he scored the last, I think, 9 points or something.
He did, yeah.
For against the Celtics, like, unreal, right? But you can't rely on him to do that every single game. So they're gonna have to do. If they don't move Ben, they're gonna have to package a couple guys and maybe even a pick or two to get somebody before the trade deadline, because this team, the way it is a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. It's a shiny piece of shit that's gonna win more games than they lose.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, it's almost like this year is a waste. It's almost like this year is a mortgage year, and they're gonna just be like, okay, this year's probably not it. So let's see what happens. That's how it feels to me. Do you guys feel that way?
Dave, you know where I'm at with all this. I have no connection with the Sixers yet, because I can't get over the Hawks loss. I can't get over the Ben Simmons drama. I'm so fucked up over the Sixers. I actually would put the Phillies above the Sixers. But you didn't think I'd say that.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I'm a certified Phillies hater.
I never thought that would happen in a million fucking years.
There's just nothing with this team. They're 16 and 15. They trot out Embiid, who I'm not talking shit on Embiid at all. He does everything he can do. He's a great fucking player. They got nothing. It's management again.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers looks like he's confused. He looks like Joe Biden out there. I don't know what is going on. That team is so fucking confusing.
Well, I guess I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens here. I don't know. I just think they can't keep going the way it is. It's very obvious that it's not gonna work out in the long run. So if they stay the course, then that's why I'm saying they're choosing to say, okay, this season is a wash, and we're gonna try to recoup what we can do. We'll make some moves in the offseason. We'll try to move Ben, and let's go at it next year, because that's what it feels like.
So it's kind of good that maybe they're struggling, because that adds value to Ben Simmons' trade value, right? It's got to add value. So like that we're struggling a little bit. So I'm hoping that like that helps, and that I'm hoping that helps a little bit.
I don't think there's GM sitting in their fucking GM.
I think they are. Ben Simmons has value, man.
No, I do too.
Okay, well,
I think they do.
You motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. There's value there. Everyone knows that. There's no GM that's like that. Ben Simmons has no value. It doesn't fucking matter. They know, but you know what they do know? That the Sixers are held hostage right now, so they don't have to worry about it yet. And when they want to make a move, and Dave's right, if they don't do anything and they keep Ben for the year, they don't let him play, then they're gonna in the offseason they'll be like, all right, well now if we really want to get Ben Simmons, we need to give up a little bit more. But this whole season, they can trot off whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I cut you off there. I agree with you that they're holding the Sixers hostage there. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's so fucking frustrating, man.
It is.
It is, I know.
Every fucking team. Every fucking team, man. God damn it.
After this podcast, I'm throwing away all my fucking cups.
I forgot to get one last night. I'm pissed off.
Oh, you idiot.
I know. Who's on it? Do you know?
Yeah, Braden Shen, Voracek, Giroux.
No, with the Eagles. Who's on the Eagles?
Oh, yeah, it's Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Hurts, and Slay.
See, that's a cool cup.
Yeah, that's cool.
Don't mind me. I'm just 12,
Yeah, I get. I still get the fucking ice cream sundae and a helmet. I get it.
Oh, come on. It's a must. It's a must. So, listen, we've been ranting pretty long, but we wanted to kind of shoot the shit a little bit. It's nice to have a guest on, but we're gonna move into the gambling section of the podcast, and I was an idiot and didn't ask these guys what they want to pick this week. So here's how it's going to work. I am going to tell you guys how the picks went last week.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll toss it over to you guys, and then you guys can give me your picks and everyone else. So last week, Kenny went 2-1.
Yeah, Daddy's back, baby.
And, yeah, man. Kenny legit told me to go fuck myself with these picks because ever since I said Kenny was a fade, he's been doing pretty good. So Kenny went Bengals plus 1.5. That was a win. Titans minus 1.5. That was a loss. And the Eagles minus 4.5. That might have been the easiest win of all time. They did say cock lock on that. So, and I also went with him on that cock lock. I also went 2-1. I lost Coastal fucking Carolina. That was a horrendous game. I had the teaser Chargers plus 10, Green Bay plus 2.5, and I had the Eagles minus 4.5. So it's 2-1. That puts me at 28-14 on the season, at 66%, and Kenny at 18-19. You're almost there. All right, so I'm gonna flip it over to Kenny. Kenny, you can give me your picks first.
All right, I got Green Bay minus 7.5 against the Browns.
Browns stink.
What?
Browns stink.
They
fucking stink.
I got the Colts plus 1.
I'm going up over there.
I don't understand how the Cardinals are favored in anything. They fucking stink. And
all right,
for my last pick, I had it here. Now I lost it, of course. Give me a second.
That's a risky pick. It's a risky pick to go there, Colts plus 1, because that's completely undervaluing the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are still playing for home field. So I'm just I'm just throwing it out there.
Fuck the Cardinals, fucking cunt. All right, and my last pick, and this is gonna shock the world. The Jets minus 2.
I like the Jets, man.
I think the Jets win outright.
Yeah, I like the Jets.
They got to win outright. Kenny, they're minus 2. We do
They're
this
only-
every week.
Yeah, I know, but listen, just let me be me. All right.
Okay, you said win outright. They should win outright. They're favored, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. To see the Jets favored in any game is like fucking blows my mind. Oh shit.
You know what's funny? I told this to Kenny yesterday that the Urban Meyer Jaguars, the line was out, and then Urban got fired. The Jaguars line went up. They were heavily more favored because Urban got fired. It's pretty funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
Ooh, breaking news.
What do you got?
What?
Darius Slay just said, what did you say about me again, Glenn Malkinau?
Oh, clapping back. Oh, did he like quote tweet like his Pro Bowl picture?
No, he just hit him.
I fucking love it so much.
You see this
man.
smirk? This is the only thing I got.
I love it.
I'm giddy.
I don't understand the hate on Slay. I really don't. Like we talked about this, but like Glenn Macnow, go brew beer. It's good. You got good beer, but what the fuck, bro?
He was okay last year. He wasn't great. All right.
Never gave up 100. Never gave up 100.
All right, move on.
Fucking give your picks and get this guy off the pod.
All right, Joe. What do you got? Who's your picks of the weekend?
All right, so I'm going Cardinals, opposite of Kenny. I think they've been struggling, and they realized they got kicked in the ass and lost to the Lions. They're fucking coming back strong, even though DeAndre Hopkins is out, and they're hurting a little bit. I think, and I like the Colts, man. I've been riding the Colts all year, dude. They've been a good team, and they've been covering a lot of games.
Yep,
they have been. So it's tough going against the Colts. But I
agree.
Right? It's tough going against the Colts,
50?
man.
You want to do another 50?
Yeah, it's fucking do it. It's basically a pick 'em then. We'll just do a pick 'em, whoever wins. Yep. Right? You cool with that?
Yep.
I'm cool with it.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Illegal gambling happening right here.
I'll pay my taxes.
Yeah. So I go Cards. I think they come back a little bit, come back strong.
Yep. Okay.
Second pick is the Raiders. Minus what is it? Minus like 1.5 or something versus the Broncos.
Yeah, I have it at a pick, so I'll give it to you.
I have it
as
at a pick.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, just I think I've always liked the Raiders all year. I like Derek Carr, good team. They're home, something to play for. Denver, I've always
over there, man.
Denver's been questionable all year. I like Derek Carr and the Raiders, so I'm gonna go that route.
Well, is Teddy Bridgewater officially like dead?
I don't even know. I'm just going Raiders regardless. I also want to put this out there. It's tough picking games on a Tuesday. It's a Wednesday, but you guys usually pick on a Tuesday, and the games are happening on Sunday. That's not easy to do.
Be careful. Like, there's a few listeners that get really mad that we don't record right after the fucking Eagles game.
Oh my god, yeah,
it's
Kenny,
hard, man.
Kenny, what the fuck? You weren't available last night around 12?
No, I was not. I'm sorry. And dude, did you enjoy the game? Did you want to come home and do a fucking podcast? Fucking schmucks.
Yeah, I mean, lines change. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens in like 4 days.
Especially with COVID, too.
Especially COVID, but even before COVID, like shit happens, man. Like lines move.
Yeah.
You can't pick a game on Tuesday and expect to win on a Sunday. Like, so kudos to you guys there, but
mostly fine.
Whatever. All right, so Raiders. My last pick is my cock block of the year. I'm going Hawaii. Christmas Eve, man. Everyone loves the Hawaii Christmas Eve game, right? I fucking love it. I'm going, and Hawaii sucks. Hawaii sucks this year. Hawaii sucks this year, but I'm going Hawaii.
Dude, I used to love the fucking quarterback from Hawaii, like every time. It didn't matter who. I know, Colt Brennan.
Colt Brennan, dude, yeah.
I know, man. Fuck.
They've always had a good team.
So
and now I got
Hawaii. I got Hawaii plus 8.5. Just so you know.
Yeah, do it. Roll with it.
All right, so you got
roll with it. That's Christmas Eve, man. You gotta love it, right? I know Dave loves it.
We won't be at mom's that long.
I mean, I'll be watching it.
Yeah, who's not gonna be watching that game? It's the only football game on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, no,
I'll be at new mom and dad.
So new mom and dad. All right, so my picks this week. I once again have a teaser. And
all right, we gotta put a little line here, man. You're done. This is the last
what's wrong? What the fuck? What's wrong with winning teasers? God forbid. So my first pick of the weekend is the Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots at home against the Bills, minus 2.5.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think this is a statement game for New England. I think New England is real.
Better.
And I think that they're going to show the Bills at home that they are real, and they're not going to lose this game. I don't think they lose. If they lose, it's not going to be by more than 3.
Okay.
Well, they're favored, but I just don't think. I just don't think they lose that game. I think. I just think that they impose their will on Buffalo.
Bill's been suspect this year, man. What's up with them?
Yeah.
Right.
He called that, by the way.
Did he? Yeah, they've been suspect.
Week 1, he said the Bills were going to regress and Josh Allen wasn't going to be, Josh
Allen. Yeah. Well, he was right. Yeah, he was right.
So yeah, I like the Patriots minus 2.5. My other next pick is Steelers plus 7.5. I got the Steelers plus 7.5 against the Chiefs. I don't think that the Steelers are going to win that game, but I think they're going to keep it close. They're playing for their lives.
Are the Steelers like the greatest second half team ever? Like they
fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I hate the Steelers. Fucking hate the Steelers.
Yins like that.
Yins.
Old Pittsburgh slang.
Here's the other thing too that really no one's really talking about. The Chiefs are on a 7-game winning streak.
It's gonna end.
Yeah, it's gonna end. Yeah,
it's gonna end.
Yeah.
And I think it could end this weekend. I'm not going to be an idiot and say outright, but the game's in Kansas City. It's a tough game for them to win, but I think that the Steelers are going to be playing fucking hard as shit this weekend because it's their lives.
So took the high route.
Still Chiefs have 2 people on COVID. So Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce are on the COVID list.
Yeah, so
and the line stays strong at 7.5 too. So,
so if they both don't play,
what do you have the line at?
7.5. Yeah,
I have it at 10.5.
Where?
I see 7.5. I see 7.5.
Hold on, Rado's having a thing here going. Rado, chill, dude.
And that's with their 2 top receivers out.
Yeah, I got minus 10.
Really?
I don't know where the fuck that's at.
I got 7.5.
Is that stupid score fucking app? Delete that app off of your phone now.
Oh, I love it. Let me see what FanDuel has it at.
Yeah, go ahead. So my last pick, and then Kenny can update us on that line. But my last pick is the teaser that everyone fucking hates me for. Everybody hates me for winning teasers.
You're 2-0 on the teasers, right?
I'm smoking teasers.
You're 2-0 on the teaser
the pod.
pick.
Yeah,
on the pod.
Yeah. So my teaser this weekend is Colts +8, Packers -0.5.
You riding that
Colts.
Packer teaser again, man. That's like 3 in a row, right?
That's
Packer
because
teaser.
they keep putting the line around. They keep putting the line right around a touchdown.
Yeah.
And
all they gotta do is win.
I love the Packers. They're probably my horse to win the Super Bowl right now. If I had to pick, we did Super Bowl picks last week, and I went with Pat's Packers. I'm pretty sure was my choice, and I really do. I like them, and Cleveland is a shit show. The game is in Green Bay, and
You've been all over the Browns too all year too.
Yeah, and they fuck me every time.
So you're going the other side was who? You're going Colts.
Colts +8.
Colts.
So I'm teasing that.
Okay.
I'm teasing that up to 8. I like
that should be a close game.
I think it will.
Yeah.
And the Colts could even win that game outright. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
I like the teaser. Colts +8. Kenny, what did you say?
Oh, that's our.
This is a 2-hour podcast.
Whatever. Who cares?
It's unheard of.
Who fucking cares? Nobody listens. I mean, we got some listeners, but nobody listens to the end. I don't think. Not many. I do too.
You don't think so? The picks are like
maybe
very
they do.
intriguing.
Maybe they fast forward. Maybe they fast forward to the end.
It's 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. That's what I thought. So, yeah. So that wraps up the pod for the week. Joe, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. I had fun. Good times.
Good stuff. We'll see. We obviously, as always, we thank you guys for listening. I mean, if you make it this far, you're a fucking saint. And listen, Kenny talks about this all the time, but you gotta get at least share our shit somewhere, because you guys share the wackiest fucking videos and shit of all time. So at least click the fucking retweet or share our stupid Facebook post or whatever.
It doesn't hurt. That's all.
It doesn't hurt, and there are some worse podcasts in Philadelphia right now talking about sports than
every
than ours.
share. I will donate $1 to dogs in need. I'm serious.
I don't doubt that you're serious, actually. So yeah, follow us on PHL Sports Pain. I'm at Dave Fryo 4. I even have Joe's handle up on the stream. At
yeah,
JM.
that's gonna be a doozy. That Twitter feed is a fucking doozy, dog.
I did dime out your Twitter handle on.
Nice, man. Get some action.
Yeah, and Sky Chano 127. So yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Thanks for the listens. Thanks for the follows. And yo, let's see what the Birds do against the Giants. You never know.
Half day tomorrow, and I will don't go back to work until January 3rd. I might be the happiest motherfucker for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go. That's legit. I'm off.
There you go.
Them vacation days, baby.
There you go.
Yeah,
all,
no doubt.
All 8 of them.
All right, bye. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey.
Later on.
PC. Peace.
Oh, sorry. Happy holidays.
Peace out.
Sorry. All right, so.
Oh, Joe left.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, I don't think I think he. Hold on, I need him to come back in.
He's got to come back in. I need his recording needs to fucking finish.
It's classic Joe McCann, man.